So what's up, y'all? Making this video real quick. So first of all, nobody was calling out King Kong Ortiz. Nobody. The only reason why AJ was even brought up in the mix because they had no fucking choice. They wasn't calling him out. They wasn't saying, I want to fight you. Edwin Hearn was too busy on the mic talking about risk to reward. The amount of danger that he possessed to the amount of money that he could generate is not worth it. That's what Edwin Hearn was saying. That's what a lot of these that's what some of these boxing fans were out here saying. Why should he fight Ortiz? Who has Ortiz fault? How much has Ortiz has ever made? And then when they go into negotiations, knowing now well, they could have easily paid Louis King Kong Ortiz 9 or 10 mil to save the day. They didn't want to. They didn't feel that Ortiz was worth it because they still had other fighters under their sleeve to save the day. It wasn't like they was just only talking to Louis King Kong Ortiz or Michael Hunter or Andy Ruiz or whoever. They was talking to probably like 10 motherfuckers. Because you can't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And if you do, you're looking for a disaster, right? So then again, let's keep it real. If you want to make the assumption that Louis King Kong Ortiz fucked it up, then you're basically saying Louis King Kong Ortiz ducked, which that was not the case. Somebody, unbeknownst to Louis King Kong Ortiz, fucked the negotiations up. Which wasn't a bad thing, which wasn't a good thing. He's still getting his shot at a title and that's some money. He's still getting his name out there. Because fighting on Fox and Showtime gives you more exposure than the zone. You see what I'm saying? Now, Andy Ruiz is fighting Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia. Someplace where he didn't want to go. But that's the contract that he signed. That's the contract that he didn't have to sign. He could have said in the rematch, I want to fight. If you're going to give me that same amount of check, I want to be able to pick where we fight. And these are my options. I won't pick here, here, and there. That wasn't an option. Everybody got a take it or leave it option. Is matchroom boxing way or no way? Because they was going to find somebody that was going to take the contract that they wanted. So if you're going to say Deontay Wilder was wrong in an interview with Louis King Kong Ortiz and the moderator, if you're going to say Deontay Wilder was wrong for saying that nobody was looking to fight Louis King Kong Ortiz or people was running from him and stuff like that, how come nobody fought him but Deontay Wilder? Huh? How come nobody stepped up and fought him? Daniel Dubois over there fighting people. Adam Konecki stepping up, fight different people. No name to the hardcore fans. But who's stepping up to fight Louis King Kong Ortiz? Name one person around here and saying that Louis King Kong Ortiz is not a credible fighter for anybody in the heavyweight division. Have a belt or doesn't have a belt. Even if Louis King Kong Ortiz loses, he's still a threat to anybody that has a belt in the heavyweight division. He's a threat to Adam Kwanaki, Chris Arreola, Eric Molina, Michael Hunter, Oscar Rivas, and the list goes on and on. Alexander P.E.D. motherfucker Povetkin, Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Daniel, and the list goes on and on. Usyk, and the list goes on and on. Ain't nobody calling this dude out in the way that they're serious on making the fight. Because if they were serious on fighting Louis King Kong Ortiz, or if anybody was serious on fighting Louis King Kong Ortiz, the fight would have happened a long time ago. Right? Now look at y'all. Everybody out here up in arms about what Deontay Wilder got to say. Everybody up in arms. Motherfuckers out here talking about they don't like the way he speaks and stuff like that. You don't hear Deontay Wilder downplaying at Louis King Kong Ortiz is the gangster. You don't hear him saying how much is Louis King Kong Ortiz ever made. You don't hear him saying who has Louis King Kong Ortiz fought for a rematch. You don't hear him saying I got this, I got this, I got that, all these accolades and all this shit. I'm the A side. Because that's irrelevant. Irrelevant. That's not relevant. To who? To the theory of, or to the. It's irrelevant when you talk about who's going to beat whose ass. Your accolades and how much money you make is not going to make you popular in America. What's going to make you popular in America in the heavyweight division is continuing to knock motherfuckers stone cold the fuck out. Dusting niggas off. That's what's going to get you where you need to be. And then if the media and you dumbass fans start worried about the things that actually matter, then boxing will be better off than where it is right now. I'm not saying it'd be great, it'd be excellent, and all this stuff. But you're worried about the wrong things. You could have at least disagreed on Deontay Wilder saying that Ortiz is a dangerous fighter. But motherfuckers ain't doing that. Motherfuckers rather go on a Deontay Wilder post on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, an interview, a post, just to hate. Just to hate. Can't none of these motherfuckers explain how anybody can beat Deontay Wilder, but they just bring up that he fights wild, he's skinny, he has skinny legs, he has no form, and everything about the way he fight doesn't add up to him being a heavyweight champion. That's what they bring up. They don't want to bring up that he stalks his opponent, that he has a good jab, that if he fine-tuned his left hook, it'd be dangerous. That if he stopped hitting people with the inside of the glove and the outside, if he tweaked his punches and hit more people with the outside of the glove than the inside of the glove, he'll have quicker and quicker knockouts. Maybe he won't mess up his hands a little bit more if he mess his hands, his arms, his ligaments, his muscles, if he had better form. Nobody want to say, how can a guy with little boxing ability, because that's what y'all think, little to none boxing ability, how can he get this far? Is it heart? Is it determination? Is it his ability to stay in the gym and not get relaxed and get tired in the 4th or 5th round, like a lot of these fighters, including Anthony Joshua, including Anthony Yard, including a lot of these heavyweights around here? How many fighters in 80-weight division you see tired in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, but they look in shape? Nobody giving, y'all need to start giving Deontay Wilder his goddamn props. You cannot make it this far with no boxing ability. You can't make it this far. You can't make it this far with just fighting wild. You can't make it this far in life coming up with fucked up ass analogies. You probably a star on YouTube. You're probably a star on Twitter. But you're not going to make it far in life without heart and determination. Because we see it time and time again. We see it time and time again on Twitter and YouTube. Motherfuckers come and motherfuckers go. Anthony Joshua lost. Where the fuck y'all went? Dillian White popped for PEDs. Where the fuck y'all went? Then all of a sudden y'all coming back, trickling back, and ain't been around, and ain't been listening to what's been going on, and don't even know what's been going on, but you're too busy listening to these weird ass YouTube dudes like Sporting Icons, Hatman, and a couple of these guys, and a couple of those guys on Twitter, listening to them instead of watching the interview yourself. You'd rather listen to those guys break down the interview with a fighter than actually, y'all rather watch this guy break down the interview with a fighter than actually go and watch the actual video, or go actually watch, or go actually read the fucking transcript, or go actually read the fucking news article. That's what some of y'all rather do. Y'all can't even, they on Twitter talking about Louis King Kong Ortiz, but don't even got the information. They want to say he popped for PEDs and he still got the Deontay Wilder fight, but what about Dillian White? You can't blame Dillian White's mistake on Louis King Kong Ortiz. And you want to say he had to be medically cleared. Yeah, he had to be medically cleared because the medication he was on, he didn't put it down. And at the same time you still have to be evaluated by the boxing commission that you're fighting under. Medically cleared. And you have to inform them on the medication that you on. When they found out and everybody actually dotted their T's and all that shit, they found out this motherfucker did have high blood pressure and he does have a medical condition. Just because you pop for something in the WBC or any of these sanctioned bodies, or Rivada or UCAT, doesn't mean that you are liable of you're guilty. Doesn't mean that you're guilty, because they're going to do their investigation and they're going to find out. And when they did the investigation on Louis King Kong Ortiz, I'm pretty sure he had to give up his medical records. He probably got a bad blood pressure thing due to not getting the fights and not getting the money, and most likely not fucking eating right. Because you can have blood pressure, a real extreme bad blood pressure thing, But you have to eat right to minimize it. To minimize the stress on your body and the mind. And if he had to be medically cleared for that fight, that means he had to take something for his high blood pressure. That means he had to be leveled out before the fight. But nonetheless, he didn't have steroids in the system. He didn't have something with what we want to call a PED in his system. Now, some people could say, oh, diuretics is banned in boxing. So, yes, it is. But that's why you have TUE exemptions. Therapeutic use exemptions. And they came to a conclusion that the medication that Louis King Kong Ortiz did not cause a advantage. Then they found out that he actually had to take something. How hard is that to believe? How hard is that to believe? You guys can believe all that, but won't bring up that Dillian White. No. You guys can believe all that, but won't believe that the Triple BOC and UCAT are dead ass wrong for putting somebody with down the ball in the ring with a fighter. Because it was good for boxing. Nobody wanted to lose out on all that money. It was too soon to postpone the fight. Let's do it. You guys don't see nothing wrong with that? You guys don't see nothing wrong with switching up the gloves and not informing the other team that we're switching the gloves so they can at least take a look to see if it's actually legal and that it actually meets the specs in the bout agreement. On that note, shout out to the LDBC and everybody stay sucker free.